Look, my nigga, this is dedication. This is anti-hesitation. This a real nigga celebration. It's a dime block declaration. 59th and 5th Ave, granny house with vanilla wafers. It's the remedy to separation. Tupac of my generation. Blue pill in the fucking matrix. Red rose in the great pavement. Young black nigga trapped and he can't change it. Know he a genius, he just can't claim it. Cause they left him no platforms to explain it. He frustrated so he get faded. But deep down inside he know you can't fade him. How long should I stay dedicated? How long till opportunity meet preparation? I need some real nigga reparations. Or I run up in your bank just for recreation. Dedication, hard work, plus patience. To some more of my sacrifice, I'm done waiting. I'm done waiting, told you that I wasn't playing. Now you hear what I've been saying. Dedication. It's dedication. Look.
I spent my whole life thinking out the box. Boxing homies 3-on-1, got DP, but I ain't dropped. Chirp on me, here I come. Spin around the block, they blurped on me. Said I ran a stop sign, but that's a lie. I spent my whole life staring at the stage, playing Sega, daddy smoking Sherm, mama playing spades, catching vapors. Grandma said I get some Jordans for my grades, that's my baby. When she died, my heart broke 100 ways. I spent my whole life trying to make it, trying to chase it. The cycle of a black man divided, trying to break it. You take a lost shit, don't cry about it, just embrace it. Mine a setback for major comeback, that's my favorite. My nigga L said you do a song with Nip, K-Dot here better grip. I said he a man first, you hear the words out his lips about flourishing from the streets to black businesses. Level 4 y'all living, giving to false imprisonment. Listen close, my nigga, it's bigger than deuces and foes, my nigga. Since elementary we close, my nigga, you're straight like that. I give you the game, go back to the turf and give it right back. For generations we've been dealt bad hands with bad plans. Prove your dedication by hopping out Grand Ams. I'm at the premiere, politicking with Top Nip and Snoop. Damn, Pac watching the way we grew from dedication. If it ain't congratulate, then it look like hate. If it ain't congratulate, then it look like what Nip said. Hold up.
Blah. This ain't entertainment. It's 4 niggas on a slave ship. These songs just the spirituals I swam against them waves with. Ended up on shore to their amazement. Now I hope the example I set's not contagious. Lock us behind gates but can't tame us. Used to be stay safe, now stay dangerous. Cause ain't no point playing defense, nigga. That's why I dove off the deep end, nigga, without a life jacket. Couple mil, tour the world, all my life cracking. Cook the books, bring it back so it's no taxes. Royalties, publishing, plus our own masters. I'd be damned if I slave for some white crackers. I was mapping this out, I hit the heights backwards. Hopping out the 85 and Reebok classics. Ran a couple marathons just to get established. To make it happen, you got to have dedication. Hard work, plus patience. To some more of my sacrifice, I'm done waiting. Told you that I wasn't playing. Now you hear what I've been saying. Dedication. It's dedication.
With other networks.
What up? This is your girl, Miss Neek, and you are tuned into Freestyle Friday, an extension of the conversation with Miss Neek. I am here. We are broadcasting everywhere tonight. I'm talking about iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Clamor, Spreaker, iHeart. We out here. We everywhere. You never there.
She just went silent.
On the Crown Royal tonight. Y'all see about me. My boy Art is in the background. Young Arthur Derrick, he done already mixed up a cocktail, and we're going to get into some realness tonight. If y'all are joining me on Spreaker, please come over to Spreaker.com, www.spreaker.com. Look for Love, Sports, and Hip Hop, the network, and come fuck with your girl. We will be there. That is our official chat room. You can log in there and chat with us. I'll be in the chat room. My producer Jay is in the background. If not, come fuck with me on Facebook. come over to my Facebook page, my personal page, which is www.facebook.com, Miss Sneak 82 on Facebook. I want to give a shout out to Jay Orleans, who's in the background holding us down, making sure we get broadcast real nice over on Spreaker. I want to give a major shout out to young Arthur Derrick, my co-host and counterpart, my young bro. He rocks with me every Friday night. If you listen to the network, you know all about him. What's up, Art? How you doing, baby?
Man, I'm doing great, man. I'm just ready to rock the mic tonight. Pause. But I got a lot of shit to say. I even got it written down. I got so much shit to say, I wrote it down. So
I got notes tonight, y'all. It's about to get real. It's about to get real. So
tonight,
if y'all follow us, hold on. If y'all follow us on Freestyle Friday, then y'all know typically I pick the topics. But a couple of weeks ago, I wasn't here last week, and I apologize for that, Art. But I had to hit Vegas.
Get on her head for not being here last week. Go ahead.
I had to hit Vegas last week. Check out the Migos. Cardi B did not.
First of all, what did you do in Vegas? So what was so important about Vegas? What you do? Tell us real quick.
I went to the Migos concert on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a couple pool parties. I rocked out with my bro from New Orleans. I lived it up in the Palms condos like I did my thing. It was a good weekend for your girl.
You wasn't VIP though. You wasn't no VIP.
I'm always VIP, nigga. What are you talking about? All right. I'm VIP right now. What are you talking about?
This is VIP.
But no, so I wasn't here last week, y'all. Yeah, true. Facts. I wasn't here last week, so he didn't get a chance to pick last week. So this week, Arthur Derrick has picked the topics for tonight's show. He did not give me a heads up. So I don't know what we're really talking about tonight. I don't know what angle he's taking. He just gave me a show title and said, this is it. So, Art, I'm going to let you introduce the topic for tonight's show.
Well, what I want to talk about tonight is, was slavery a choice or not? And I'm going to give my opinion, and I want to hear y'all opinion via comments. So y'all comment on it. Y'all can start off right now. Hey, what's up, my boy Joe? I want to know, do you think slavery is an option?
In the chat right now.
I know.
The Facebook chat is popping.
I want to see, was slavery a choice?
Was slavery a choice?
Yeah.
Was slavery a choice?
So if somebody put a gun to your head right now tonight, and this is how we're going to start off the conversation. As a man, if somebody put a gun to your head and said, look, either you're going to do this or die. We don't know what this is, because I don't think they knew what this was when it was captured or sold. When they were sold in Africa, I don't know what they knew what this was. But if I put a gun in your head and I say, either do this or die, what's your choice? Because slavery is a choice. Because you have a choice. Dying is an option.
What is this? What are you talking about?
Whatever this is. I said either get on this boat or die. And I got the gun to your head.
Get on a boat?
Yeah, get on a boat.
No. That's not how this works. So, Joe, can you not hear me? I'm going to ask my producer in the background to hit me in the chat. And the producer
staying a slave.
No.
Staying a slave. Wait, becoming a slave was not a choice. I like that. I like that answer. See, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear answers like what Dev Maddox just said, because you said I can control it tonight. Dev Maddox said becoming a slave was not a choice.
Wait, I didn't give you control. I told you could pick the topic. Let's be clear about it. Oh, yeah. Let me run the show. You got that experience, bro. I'm going to do that. But I just want to give a shout out. Everybody, what's up, Condell? What's up, Geronimo? What's up, Mike? What's up, Curtis? What's up, Jay? I see y'all in the chat. We got a lot of viewers tonight, Art. I don't know what's popping, but you better deliver. Now, Now, if y'all don't know where this topic came from, you've been under a rock. I don't know where the hell you've been.
Right.
have to work with you because you got a lot going on in your life and you're not really a part of society. But young Kayne West, who has been in the news a lot lately, actually sat on TMZ and said, 400 years, that sounds like a choice. And all of Black Twitter and Black Facebook and Black internets is in an uproar behind that. So Arthur Do you think slavery was a choice?
I believe that after 400 years, slavery became a choice. Yeah.
Explain that.
Well, because okay, can I start this conversation off like this? And I want everybody to hear this. How many of you guys like Black Panther? Can I get some likes? Who like Black Panther?
There's been a ton of like.
And then once you say you like Black Panther, how many of you guys who would you rather be, Killmonger or T'Challa? Because I agreed with T'Challa, and I said this. If he really was my friend, I said T'Challa was the real was the person I agree with. But guess what? Most of my friends agree with Killmonger, and the irony in that is, Killmonger said this: "Bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ship, because they know death was better than bondage." So when T'Challa asked Killmonger, he said, "You know what? You're not dead yet. I can save you." He actually quoted this. I'm going to say it again. T'Challa said, "You're not dead yet. I can save you." Killmonger said,
Read the script.
No, I wrote this down. "Bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ship, because they knew death was better than bondage." So did he not understand the option? Did he not? He had an option. Either you come with me, because he understood if he go with the Wakandans, he was going to be under the Wakandan rule, and he was going to have to live, because T'Challa was king.
Uh-huh.
Even though he disagreed with that kingdom, he said, "You know what? Bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ship, because they knew death was better than bondage." So did he not understand that death was better than bondage?
Do you not feel that by saying something like that, not knowing the travesties and the trials that our ancestors went through, do you not feel that by saying that you're being disrespectful to the pillage?
No. I'm not. You know why? Because I've sat back for the last 2-3 years since Trump got voted in, which I'm a strong Trump supporter, and Trump got voted in, and I saw things on Facebook that said, I'm not about to do whatever my ancestors did. Sincerely, these hands. It was a bunch of quotes and then all of a sudden Kanye comes out and says slavery was a choice. You can't have it both ways. You can't sit up here and say you're so rebellious, and if this happened to you, then it's going to be sincerely these hands. And then when these hands start speaking and these hands say, "Hey, you got a choice." When your hands start speaking and they say, "All right, either you're going to use these, either you're going to use me, or you're going to be a slave." And I think a lot of these niggas who really talk this tough talk would rather be slaves. And that's the problem that I have. Like a lot of this tough talk, a lot of these tough talking people who went and saw Wakanda and was like, Killmonger. Because Killmonger, I'm going to say this again. He said, "Bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ship, because they knew death was better than bondage." So you can't be Killmonger, and then when Kanye West come out and say slavery was a choice, you can't then say, "Oh, nah, he's wrong." You can't. You're not Killmonger. You're T'Challa. Wakanda can't live forever. What is Wakanda to you? Like, what are you actually saying? And that's where I got turned off at with this conversation, because I just saw a lot of talking, and then when you actually saw Killmonger in the flesh, which was Kanye, that said, you know what? He might not seem like it or sound like it. He might seem different from the Killmonger that was represented in the movie, but he actually repeated those words. In other words, so,
I don't know. I think it's a stretch for us to start comparing Kanye to Killmonger. Kanye is the same in that same rant. In that exact same rant, he said he went and got liposuction because he didn't want nobody talking about him.
Yeah,
like,
but see,
if he didn't have the mental fortitude to go push through that, then I can't see Kanye being young Killmonger talking about, kill me right now.
That's not fair.
What I'm saying? Like, you're pushing way too far for that one,
What
bro.
I'm saying is that's not fair, because you have to understand that Kanye is still human. And Tupac said he made songs called I Get Around, and then he also made songs about how he fucked on every chick in the world. I forgot how his songs went.
That's the exact same thing. I get around and I fucked every chick in the world. That's the same thing, bro.
No. I mean, he said I get around, and then he said he also made songs, uplifting women. And I can't think of these. I wish I'd have wrote this down. I didn't have that in my. I didn't have Tupac in my.
Yeah, I know you didn't.
But what
Let me bring in some of these comments. Let me
no,
bring in a comment.
Fuck these comments.
No, that's not how this works, bro. Relax. Mike says his album is dropping and Kim is trying to free somebody grandma. I don't know who grandma. I don't know who grandma you talking about, Mike, but you got to tell me that. Deb says people are about the popular opinion. Then Kobe comes in and says he didn't have hope in T'Challa. He had been disappointed by his father, so he had no faith. That's why he said what he said. He was mentally distraught. He was too prideful to live and trust his cousin. He wanted revenge, and that's what ultimately ended up being his demise. Death is only better than bondage when you're willing to fight for freedom. That's what killed
who said that? Who said that?
That's my young cousin right there. That's young Kobe.
No, that's why I'm a T'Challa fan. That's why I'm a T'Challa fan. That's why I always said, if you're a friend on my Facebook, you will understand that I always said. And everybody was on T'Challa's side, so I'm not understanding. This is when I get confused. Because all my friends was like, T'Challa's a superhero. T'Challa's a superhero. But when Kanye West comes out and said, you know what the trigger word was? He came out and said he supported Trump first. If he would have quoted slavery was a choice, if he would have said that first, then people would have been like, okay, what does he mean? But he said he supports Trump first. And that's what threw everybody off, and that's what fucked up this whole conversation. Go
ahead. So Mike says Kanye is the distraction. There is a war with Israel and Iran about to happen. And then he also says the people versus the police in Puerto Rico, which is heartbreaking to see. That's a whole nother topic that we'll probably have to have.
Can I respond to the distraction that you really want to talk about? The real distraction is this. When Trump got in office, you know what everybody said? North Korea is about that. Everybody was like, North Korea this, North Korea. Do you know he ended the war with North Korea and South Korea? Trump ended that war. Nobody wants to talk about that. He ended that war. That war is over. So we no longer. Is that because they both hate Trump enough to come together and shake hands? No. It's because Trump said he was going to do something and he did it. I don't know. We don't know the inner workings of the truce. It was the truce. And Trump's going to win a Nobel Peace Prize because of this. So what I'm saying is this. People who say Trump is the enemy because of his skin color, because of racism, I believe in supremacy. I believe that there are supreme beings on both sides, black and white. I don't believe in everybody. I believe in an equal playing field. I don't believe in everybody is equal.
Do you feel like there's really an equal playing field?
That's a good question. And
answer it.
I mean, in a way I do. In a way I do. But in a way I
feel like there's an even playing field.
No, because you know why? The unequalness becomes between us. Because you don't see when a white person says she votes for Hillary, and then a white person says she votes for Trump. You don't see white people coming out saying, "Oh, I'm gonna kill this white person because this white person said this." Only black people do that. Like Daz Dillinger came out and said the Crips need to kill or need to fuck Kanye West up because he said this about this. But that was stupid. That was childish. Okay, but where did they come out and say George Zimmerman is still walking around free? Wilson, what's the cop?
That's a great point, Art.
So I'm trying to figure out why do we release this energy or this anger amongst other? But I believe that we are our own worst enemies at times. Like we only.
I can agree with that.
So I'm just trying to figure out why does this energy, come out? Like why do we say let's kill this other black person? And I don't condone violence. Period. Either side, either way, either side. I think it's both ignorant and stupid. And I believe that really we are at war with good and evil today. We don't need guns with our war that we're at today. Our war today is right and wrong. And if I believe that's what's right and you believe what's right, let's just be at war intellectually about it. We don't have to fight just because I say what I feel is right and you say what you feel is right. Let's just intellectually battle. We don't have to, because once we start bringing out guns and other weapons, whoever is willing to bring out the best gun is going to win. But you got Democrats on one side saying they don't even believe in guns. The Democrats believe in no guns.
I mean, but you do understand that America was created on violence. Like, America was, like, founded in violence. Violence is...
I don't believe that, because...
How do you not believe that when they came over to the country, they killed off all the Native Americans to get the land?
What you're saying is not fair, because slavery began in Africa.
I'm talking about, you're asking why are we fighting violently? I'm telling you that violence is the foundation of America. That is what we are.
But I'm also telling you that slavery began in Africa. We were slaves in Africa.
You're talking two different points. I'm telling you, I'm answering your question. What you just posed.
What, is slavery not violent? Or is slavery peaceful? Is slavery peaceful or is it violent?
It has a tendency to be violence. What are you talking about?
Okay, so I'm saying we were sold. It was the slave trade, not the slave invasion. It's called the slave trade for a reason. So that means, look, let me tell you this. Europeans cannot come to Africa with no intelligence how to speak to us, because we didn't speak their language. They had to find a buffer. And I call them the buffer Negroes. They had to find the buffer Negro who was willing to help them find the people who they held in captivity.
All right, where you drink that?
Right here.
Drink some. You take a swallow. Cheers, man.
No, I don't want to drink as much. I don't want to drink as much when I explain the truth, because the truth has to be explained.
Aren't you? You're not even focused, bro.
I am focused because
when you finish this point, there's a lot of comments that I want to bring in, so I need you to do that. Finish your point. All right.
Okay. So it's a lot of things that I want to say about this, because people want to debunk the 400 years of slavery Kanye West theory. But Kanye West is smart enough to understand that we were slaves in Africa. So you can't slavery did not just start in America. It didn't, because it was called a slave trade. So you have to understand. So my question would be this. If we were kidnapped, or if any of this happened, why didn't Africa come on their boats or whatever they had and come save us? Why wasn't it a fight?
I mean, we know we weren't kidnapped, bro. I don't understand.
No, but I hear this rhetoric on my Instagram, and I hear so-called intellectuals say things like slavery.
You're talking to me though right now, so
I'm talking to the people. I'm actually talking to the people.
You should be talking to me, because this is the conversation.
Okay, this is not the conversation. This is an extension of the conversation, my love. Okay.
There you go.
But
all right.
I'll take a drink.
You should. Let me get some of these comments in, y'all. So Dev comes in and says, he said what he said because he didn't want to be in prison in Wakanda. He literally said, why? So I can be a prisoner. So Dev is debunking your theory here.
No, that's not actually. No, actually, he's not. He said, no, because you can compare Wakanda to any. He said, throw me into, because guess what? Wakanda people did not jump off ships. He was talking about the African Americans, which was his mother. He was talking about his mother's people. He said, throw me into the ocean with my people who jumped off the ship. Wakandans weren't on the ship. He was talking about African Americans. Let's take it into context.
Wakanda went nowhere, bro. Wakanda's not a real country.
I know, but he also talked about his ancestors. He didn't relate to the Wakandans. He didn't relate to Africa. He related to his people. And he said, I'd rather not be Go ahead.
Okay. Kobe said, sorry, y'all. This tonight's show is brought to you by Crown Royal. I don't know what Art is bringing you.
You know what I brought it by is Bombay gin. I'm not going to show it every week. Bombay gin juice.
That looked like a whole bunch of orange juice.
All right, I'm gonna fill it back up. But tonight I don't want. Tonight I'm more serious, so I'm not putting it on the screen tonight.
Well, I don't got time for you to be all extra serious and mean and shit. Pac says, Kobe says.
No, wait. Let me respond to Dev because he said, "Bury me with my ancestors who jumped off ships." No, because he said his ancestors were both, but he didn't say bury me with.
No, you know what you just did? You went all the way to the bottom of the comments, and you're not letting me pull the rest of the comments in. So you can talk to Dev when I get to Dev's comments. Kobe says Pac was just giving you different sides to him, which is ultimately what the human race is all about. We aren't just one personality. We all have many different feelings, which alter our personality. So Pac was being true and letting you know. Can I finish his comment? Mm-hmm. Pac was just being true and letting you know how he truly felt. And that's why he's so influential, because people can relate.
Can I say this?
Kobe wants to know who you are. Kobe wants to know who you are. Yeah. That is Arthur Derrick. That is my bro and my Freestyle Friday co-host.
I am the closest nigga. I am the closest nigga to God that you ever meet. How about that?
And he's also drunk. And he's also drunk. So please.
If you want to know who I am, I don't know what kind of question is that. Who am I?
He just asked. Who are you? You want to know who you are. You know who I am. You don't know who you are. That's how that works.
I'm the nigga you see right below her. Like, what kind of... I didn't get that question. So I answered him. I said...
No, what'd you say?
Go ahead.
Condell says 45 hasn't done anything ever since he's been in the White House.
Wait. Unemployment is at the lowest it's ever been towards black people.
All right. You said that last week. I wanted to ask you that.
No. I'm going to say this too.
Uh-huh.
He also, do you know what a HBCU is?
Was that a serious question?
Right? No, I'm asking you. Do you know what it is?
Yes, I know what it is. Okay, are you serious?
So that's for black people, right? Do you agree that that's for black people?
It's a historically black college. There are white people.
Is it for black people though?
There are white people who go to historically.
I want you to hear my point because people want to know my point. Are you following me? Because people want to know what he did. So are you following me?
No,
is that for black people?
But, okay.
Is that for black people?
Majority.
Yes or no? Okay, majority.
For the most part.
So he funded HBCUs more than we have been funded in almost the history of presidencies, right? Do you know what Obama did? He defunded.
No. You're not going to be Fox News tonight. We are not talking about Obama. You will not bring Obama up. You will not compare Trump to Obama. You will compare Trump to himself.
You know what you want to do? You know
that's what you will do.
You know what you won't do? You won't tell me how to make an argument.
You're not going to do that.
You won't tell me how to make an argument.
You're not going to do that.
Wait.
No, you're not going to do that. No, you're not going to do that.
Well,
that's what's not going to happen. We're talking about, because we're not arguing that. We're not arguing anything about what Trump did versus Obama. The question was, what did Trump do?
Wait. 45 is the number of the. She didn't address him by name.
Right.
She said, what did 45? So I got to compare 45. I got to compare 45 to 44 to 43 to 42.
No, you don't. No, you don't, because you don't bring up Clinton. You damn sure don't bring up Reagan. You don't bring up nobody else but Obama. That's all you bring up is Obama.
No, that's all y'all brought up was Bush. That's what all y'all. Wait.
No, you're not finna do that. The question is, what has 45 done since he's been in office? That's the question.
Okay, but see, do you understand what greatness is? Do you understand 45. What he meant? Okay, do you understand what greatness is? We're talking 45. Okay,
and we're talking 45.
45
we're not talking greatness. We're talking 45.
I know, but 45 said "Make America Great Again," right?
We're not, and he's not doing that. That's why we asking what has he done since he's been in office.
I have to tell you what greatness is. Can I tell you what greatness is? Because I got
what
notes.
Is it, Art?
Okay, greatness. Greatness is actually about is a comparison to what the average norm is. So greatness is being better than the average. Google it. Somebody go Google it and tell them I'm wrong.
And Obama was not average.
Okay. Well. If that's my comparison, if I'm better than that, then I'm great. If I'm better than what you thought was good, if I'm better than good, if Obama was good, and I'm better than him, that's great.
Why are we talking about comparisons when the question is, what has 45 done since he has been in office? What does Obama have to do with the actions of Donald Trump?
He made us better than we were.
What has he done?
Okay, do you want to hear it? Obama.
Are you going to tell me?
Okay. So the last president, I don't want to say his name, but the last president defunded HBCU funds. He defunded it. Defunded.
No proof of that. No proof of that.
I don't have to show proof. Just Google
what
I'm saying.
We have this argument every week, Art. You have the onus of presenting proof of things that you state as fact. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Or you will not spew that shit on my show, bro. Like, you gotta back your shit up, my nigga. You can't just say shit.
Just go on Google and say.
You go on Google. You brought this fact.
I did. This is
so where's your proof? Where's your proof?
Just look what
I'm not
Obama
going
did.
anywhere. You go.
What do you want my proof to be?
When?
What do you want me to say?
When?
What do you want me to say?
When? In what act? Why wasn't it in the news? Where was it? Show me.
Because you know what? The news is not going to tell you how bad. The news is not for you. The news is to tell.
What are you talking about?
Because the news is controlled by media, and the media is not for you.
The news is media.
Do you know why? Do you know why the media shows you blacks and whites arguing all the time? Why, do you not understand why the media doesn't talk about black on black crime, white on white crime? They only talk about.
Where did you get your facts from, Art?
Because I know this shit. I follow this shit.
Oh, you just know this shit. This shit just know. You just know. You just know.
Yeah, because I'm really.
Art. No, I'm not letting you do that, bro.
All right,
I'm not letting you do that. I'm not letting you do that.
Well, you been my friend.
You have to understand that you have a responsibility as a media personality.
Well, I just told everybody to go debunk. Well, look, everybody log off and go Google it. Debunk.
No, nobody log off. Please don't log off. Why would you tell people to log off? Because
I'm about the truth. Fuck all this.
Well, if you're about the truth, it shouldn't be that difficult for you to show proof of said truth.
Because look, I can show you proof all day, but it's about you.
Show me.
It's about you doing research. I'm about research.
Show me. No, you're going to present something to me. You're going to tell me why this is fact and where it came from, or you're not going to present it at all. However, just like Donald Trump, you are skirting around the question, sir. The question is, what has 45 done since he has been in office? Not what has 45 done in comparison to Obama. Not what Obama did not do. The question is, what has 45 done since he's been in office, Art, so we can get through these comments. And if you don't have an answer, that's fine, because we don't have one either.
Answer, but not accepting my answer is different from not having an answer. I just told you my answer.
Your answer is bringing up Obama, which is the same shit Trump does, which is kind of ironic, being as though you're a Trump supporter.
Okay, so he funded historical black colleges. He chose to fund them, and you know what black people say? Black people say shit like, we learning a white man's knowledge. So he said, I'm going to fund historical black colleges. He chose to fund it, which was the opposite of our past administration. That's the opposite. That's what he did. He said, I'm going to fund you, not defund you. I'm going to fund you. Obama chose to defund you. So that's one thing. Also, he is, okay, if you ask a black person like me, do you want to know
Can I say something in regards to that? Can I say something in regards to that?
I'm going to grab my computer. You can say what you want. Because I got to grab. Because obviously, y'all want me to tell y'all everything and you don't want to look it up for yourself. So obviously, you want me to tell you everything.
I mean, if you're going to present this. So as of Black College Leader says Trump administration hasn't made good on his promise to fund HBCUs. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So yes, Trump did say that he was going to prioritize historically black colleges. However, they have not yet seen the funding.
They have not yet seen the funding. Okay.
This is I'm looking. I have Googled. LA Times says it. Trump faces questions over his promise to historically black colleges. Here's another one from U.S. News. Black College Leader says Trump's administration hasn't made good on his promise to HBCUs. Like, I'm just reading articles. This is what I'm saying. When I say something, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna bring you.
Okay, so Google funds.
No. I'm done. I googled my point. You Google your point. That's how
articles.
This works. No.
Wait.
I googled my point. You Google yours.
But that wasn't facts. You Google articles and you read headlines. I said Google facts.
What are you talking about? Nigga, the headline says exactly what my point is.
No. Headlines are always misleading. Headlines.
Okay, well, you find me an article that show me when and where the funding came through, and then we can go. I have Ryan in the comments because I'm going to go back because this is a new point for me. Ryan says, everyone is behaving with a hive mindset and are set on disagreeing with anything Kanye says. They aren't even thinking about the context of what people are saying. Now, that I can agree with.
I'm gonna grab my computer.
I feel like we have taken on this, if you don't think like us, you're not a part of the Black collective. And I feel like that's irresponsible. I feel like we should be with the diversity that resides in our community, in our culture, we should be the very first to embrace different methods of thinking, being as though we have created amazing different genres of arts because we thought outside of the box. And with hip hop being number one on the list, including jazz and rock and roll and all that shit, we thought outside of the box on all of that. And it took somebody to think different from the way everyone else was thinking to create such greatness. So I don't understand why we are crucifying Kanye for having a difference of opinion. Now, do I agree with his opinion? Fuck no. No, I don't. No.
What do you disagree? What do you disagree with?
I don't agree that slavery was a choice.
Wait. So you disagree with Killmonger, right? Killmonger was wrong.
What are you talking about?
So you don't agree with Killmonger? When Killmonger said,
I don't know. I was never a slave.
No. All of a sudden you don't know.
No. It's not about all of a sudden. I can't speak on a circumstance that I was never in.
I'm telling you.
I don't know.
Wait. Can I explain it to you? Like, you arguing before I say it. I said you disagree with when he said, bury me in the ocean with my, because T'Challa was going to save him. He said, you can be alive. He said, bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ship because they knew death was better than bondage. That's it. So do you disagree with that?
Or that's an opinion. That's an opinion. Some people don't want to die.
So that's a choice.
Some people don't want to die, my nigga. Some people don't want to die. That's an opinion.
You agree with it's a choice.
I don't know. I don't know what I agree with because I was never a slave.
No. Can we just honestly agree that it's a choice? He just gave you the option. He said, bury me.
The choice is to be there or die? To be a slave or die?
That's a choice.
Some people don't want to die. What are you talking about?
I know. So you chose to be a slave. So let's go back to life.
Right.
So you rather live your life as a slave. And you don't want to fight for it. You comfortable.
Stop it, bro. Stop it. Y'all talking that big money shit. Like if y'all was back there in the slave days, that you would just be like, well, kill me then. Kill me. Nigga, get out of here. Get out of here.
I don't know what. Wait. Can I say this? I'm gonna say this right now. If a nigga walked up to me right now, three niggas walked up to me with a knife, and they said either get on your knees and suck all. And I'm about to get vulgar because I gotta explain. I gotta get to the niggas' mind because females can't wrap this around their brain because they like, I'd rather just. If a nigga walked up to you right now and said, look, get on your knees and we about to bend you over and you about to suck all our dick, what you would do as a nigga? What you gonna do? You gonna bend over and suck? Like, because is that not a choice? If I tell you to bend over and suck all of us off, and you know what? After you suck all of us off, you're going to wake up and do this every day. This is going to be your routine.
All right, do me a favor. Pull your camera down because people can only see the top of your big ass head.
My head big as fuck. I got both of them. But anyway. No, my card is right there on the table.
No.
I don't have no cash. But nah, man, I'm trying to figure out, like, what would you niggas do?
How do
Because
you
you niggas
choose?
act like
So my
you
sisters
niggas.
in-
Wait, wait,
my
wait, wait,
sisters
wait,
in the
wait, wait,
comments.
wait, wait, wait. Nobody answered my question. Can you read the answer to my question? Because I just
You won't even
want to
let
know.
me get to the comments. You talking about can you
Okay.
read the answers to my questions? I
All
can't
right.
even get to the
All right.
comments.
Can people answer my question? My question is, I'm
Anyway, I'm
asking
about to
men
bring
this.
it.
I'm asking men
So
this.
I'm telling
If
you, what people
wait.
asking. Don't wait, me. I'm telling you about what people are saying in
I thought
regards.
this was my turn. Okay.
Niggas are saying they disagree with Killmonger and this guy. Then G. Williams, my sis, what up, boo? I love you. Comes in and
So
says,
y'all
"How do
don't
you
like Black
choose?
Panther? Y'all don't like Black Panther? They
Why
don't
do we
like
not like Black Panther? Because we said we don't agree with Killmonger.
Because when I remember when Black Panther came out, everybody said Killmonger was the hero.
Not everybody. Some
So
people
y'all
like the quote.
so T'Challa was the nigga. T'Challa was y'all nigga.
T'Challa was the nigga. Yes. What are you talking about?
Okay, T'Challa. Man, it's a bunch of fake ass shit. This is why I am who I am, because I say what I say every day. I don't choose sides when it comes to popular opinion. Like right now,
First of all,
sudden,
you being real dramatic right now about black people liking Black Panther because they don't agree with one character.
No, I remember that was the number one scene. Everybody remembers when Killmonger said
it was a powerful scene. What are you talking about?
How was it powerful? So Kanye West's statement was powerful. Was it not powerful?
No, it was disrespectful.
It was so what he said was disrespectful because he could have lived. And he said, "Bury me."
That was oh my god. Let me pull in some comments because you real hype right now. Let me pull in.
Niggas don't know what to think.
So G
niggas
says, G. Williams. G says, so how do you choose to be sold and separated from your family? Condell comes in and says, yes, Killmonger was wrong. Phil, what up, Phil? Art has chosen the topic for tonight. And
niggas is weird, bro. Niggas is weird. Niggas be fake, bro. Like this is why I am who I am, because I know you niggas is fake. You niggas go and see that movie. Y'all, most niggas agree with what females say so they can sleep with them at the end of the night. And I want to say
what are we talking about?
Because you niggas ain't talking from your heart. When that Black Panther movie came out, I didn't see people. There are plenty of people. Hold on, let me see my mind. Because when that Black Panther movie came out, I didn't see people going hard on Killmonger and saying he should have lived.
They're not gonna go hard on him. That's his choice.
That's okay. Well then, if it's a choice to be a slave, it's a choice. Kanye said it's a fucking choice. Either be a slave or die. Nigga, you niggas ain't Killmonger. You niggas is really soft as fuck, bro. And I hate to say that, and I hate to admit that, because most niggas is, and that's why we were slaves for so long. You niggas is soft. You niggas ain't willing to die for your freedom, because y'all.
Nah, I mean, like, hold on.
Y'all not willing to die.
Hold on, all right, because there's people joining us. What's up, y'all? Y'all are tuning into Freestyle Friday. I see Phil in the comments. What up, Phil? What's up, Gigi? I see you coming in. Jason, shut up. Stop bucking Art up. Because Art real emotional. But no, we're not talking about giving head. Art just wanted to give a example.
I was talking to the men, because I think most of you niggas is scary, bro. And y'all would rather look. Y'all. So
Art, you gonna die? Art, are you gonna die? If slavery came back today,
I already gave this example. Look, go back to our shows, and I said who should be the first one to get up if somebody breaking our house.
That's something different. I'm talking about
no. This is the same thing. If a white man came in here and said,
back, you gonna die, Art?
I gotta die. I would rather see my family not exist than my son be. I would rather be dead than have my son look at me, be 40 years old, 35. I'm 35. I'd rather see me getting whooped by another
Curtis,
man.
you ain't seen Black Panther? You gotta see Black Panther, Curtis. Curtis said you gotta see Black Panther.
I would rather my son see me die at 5 years old than to see me get whooped by another man and get sent back. And not only that, for to him to fuck my girl, my son's mom in front of me, he gonna fuck her and get her pregnant, and I'm gonna live with this? Nigga, what world? I'm not gonna live through. I can't live through. No, I'm gonna die. Kill me. I'm gonna die.
But you do realize that our ancestors went through that so that you have the strength to say this shit,
No. Because y'all act like they went through that for you to be still think you a slave. They went through you not a slave. Did you see that post that I posted earlier and I didn't have no comment on? I posted a picture of a horse tied to a plastic chair.
No, I
Tied
didn't
to
see it. I didn't see it.
Well, all right. Well, y'all
So
friend request me.
explain it to the people, Art.
Well, I got this. I googled this image from a book that I read, and it was about mental slavery. And in that book, it was a chapter about raising horses as it because white people learned how to raise slaves through horses, through animals. So they just looked at it. They said if you mentally enslave them at one point, you're going to be able to tie them to a chair with not hooked to nothing, not a tree, not tie them to anything. They're not going to be in bondage no more. But you're going to tie them to a chair, and they're going to think that chair is holding them back. And they're not knowing that this wind, a gust of wind, can come through and blow that chair over. They're just going to move to where the chair goes. They can be strong enough to move this chair wherever they want to. But they're not going to have the mental capability to understand and say, you know what? I no longer want to be in bondage. I just want to move. And once you want to move, that chair no longer exists. And I feel like black people are enslaved to we are a fucking horse. We are beasts. Like, we're strong. But we're still mentally. Go ahead.
So are you not familiar with the Willie Lynch doctrine or syndrome? Are you not familiar with that?
Yeah, but the Willie Lynch, you know what? The Willie Lynch syndrome was written by a Democrat. And at the end of the Willie Lynch letter, it said this: we will have these niggas voting Democrat for the next 200 years. So you cannot tell me that the Willie Lynch letter exists and you still vote Democrat. Because at the end of the Willie Lynch letter, it said, we will have these niggas voting Democrat for the next 200 years. So you can't play both sides of the Willie Lynch letter. And at the end of the day, Willie Lynch did not expect.
Wait, what do you mean you can't play both sides? I'm confused. What do you mean?
Because at the end of the day, Willie Lynch, we live in the information era. This is the age of information. There was no Google in the Willie Lynch letter. I don't think Willie Lynch knew Google was going to happen. He thought he could just control your mind. He didn't think that. That's like saying the person who tied the horse to the chair never thought that the horse will have a mind of his own or have the ability to have a mind of his own. Because you're going to get some horses while the information age happens with this horse. Some horses is going to say, you know what? I'm going to break away. But some horses are going to still sit there, and then other horses are going to be like, look at me. I no longer have these blinders on. You know how you put a blinder on a horse, and then you whoop them to make them go straight? Some horses is going to be like, you know what? I'm taking off these blinders. I understand it's more than this. And you can't even whoop me into submission. See, some people are, Willie Lynch never understood that his control was not going to be 200 years. His control was only 40, 50 years. And we live in the age of information. We can no longer sit up here and say, yeah. We can no longer sit up here and say that we are slaves. We can break we don't even have to.
Nobody said we were slaves.
So what Kanye West is saying is stop looking in the past and be futuristic. Because when you go to school only teaches you history. They don't.
I understand being futuristic, but it's we would be remiss if we don't respect the fact that there are still remnants of the shit that we went through.
No, but we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that publicly. We can do that privately. No, we can do that publicly. We don't have to act like slaves. Publicly, we don't have to be.
What does acting like slaves consist of? Art? How are we acting like?
Acting like slaves is saying every time that somebody who you perceive as a slave master does something to you, you act out. But whenever the house nigga does something to you, which is black on black crime, you ignore it. You ignore black on black crime. But you know what the slave is smart enough to understand? that goes back to the buffer Negro. The slave master understood that y'all recognized him as the slave master. So now what did he do? He hires the buffer Negro. And he makes you guys argue amongst each other. So now he hires this nigga to say, you know what, whenever there's a runaway, he's not going to go catch you. He's going to hire the other black man, and he's going to be the one to hang you publicly. So now you got the T.I.s and the Snoop Dogs and all these buffer Negroes who's going to be like, look at this nigga. Look at Kanye. They love Kanye. They love Trump. Go and look up the Trump roast. They just showed this on TV the other day. It was a roast with Trump. T.I. was there. Snoop Dogg was there. John Legend was there. All these niggas love Trump.
Fit to be president.
But all these niggas love Trump until they realized
until he started to spew the shit he was spewing. When Trump was out with the rappers, he wasn't saying that shit. I can guarantee you that.
Until Trump tried to free you. Trump is actually trying to free the black man and the black woman. He's trying to free you. He's trying to point out who the slave master is.
Trump is trying to free the black man.
He's trying to free you.
All right, so Jay wants me to read his comments, so I'm gonna get back in these comments real quick. We ain't doing all that. G. Williams says Killmonger was coming from a place where he was on his own from a kid, and he held animosity towards the Wakanda. He did not want to be subject to them or indebted to them. Jason, these are the comments Jason wants me to say to you. He says, like Django art when he freed them. And then he calls you brave art. So that's who you are now.
Who said that?
Phil wants to know.
I think that's my radio show. Brave Art Radio. Not Brave Heart, Brave Art. Oh, who said that?
Well, you got to give credit to my producer. That was Jason. So Phil says, and I'm gonna need you not to smack in the in your mic, please. Okay. Thank you. Art is being real disrespectful, y'all. He is eating on air right now. He's fully eating on air right now, you guys. So if you're listening over on iHeart, TuneIn, Stitcher, Clamor, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, and soon Spotify, Brave Art is dope. Someone says Brave Art is dope.
Can you Kurt, hold on, please. Because Kurt is one of my Kurt is like one of my. I'm going into business with Kurt, so I want him to say when he said, "Are you serious, Art?" Just write in the comments. What do you mean by "Am I serious?" About what? No, I want Kurt. My bro, Kurt is there.
He watching you.
Okay.
He watching you. Am I
serious about what? All right, I'm sorry. Am I serious about what?
So Phil says this is Art geeked up over the Triple Crown this year because it's mad talk about horses right now. Ryan says if we collectively stood up there, there may be a lot less shit to deal with. You know what? Here's the thing. I would be a lie if I said I didn't agree with the fact that we as a people are superior enough to be cunning, crafty, and strong enough mentally to overtake people during slavery. I don't disagree with that. However, there was a lot of mental warfare going on back in slavery days as well. And I think it's irresponsible for us to just brush that to the side. Like it's not a factor in why slavery lasted as long as it did.
What up, Demarie? We're going to
Jason says they out here pretending, expose them, Art. Curtis wants to know, are you serious? Condells wants to know, how is 45 saving the black man? Curtis likes Brave Art. Jason has reiterated Brave Art. Jason, you don't have to keep saying Brave Art. I'm just telling you right now. So how is 45 saving the black man, Art?
Give me 1 second.
See, that's why you shouldn't be eating. I don't have time for that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, we're gonna put Art out the chat. He can't be on the show no more.
No, I'm sorry. What? This is my show. No,
stop eating. So how is 45 helping us, Art?
Because I already explained it to you. You know what? 45 is making it acceptable for us to have a dialogue amongst each other. Because 45 is saying we were on a democratic plantation for years. for the last since 1964, blacks were told if you don't vote Democrat, you're not black. That in itself, I don't give a fuck how great it is, how great it sounds. If everybody else is free to vote whatever they vote, and you don't hear this fucking sellout shit, and only black people have to vote a certain way, that should stand out to you. If black, and then it's not white people who say you should only vote a certain way. It's black people. See, because they understand what a buffer Negro is. They raise these niggas, and these new buffer Negroes are the entertainment industry. Because as soon as Kanye West said, I just think differently, everybody was like, nigga, they sent the Crips at him, this and that. But why didn't we do this as black people when Snoop Dogg came out and said, I'm a Crip? Crips only go against Bloods. Crips don't fight the police. When T.I. said he sold drugs, I'm the underground, he makes trap music. Trapping is only selling drugs to black people. Why didn't we go against, like, why wasn't this wrong? Why was Kanye just having a thought? It was just a thought. It wasn't a physical, he wasn't actually doing anything to anybody. He just thought differently from you. And everybody said, nah, nigga, you wrong. Everybody is against him. But when niggas was actually doing something to you, nobody said anything about, like, nobody had this, let's go against this nigga that sell drugs. Because that's culture. It wasn't like these niggas was out here saying, you know what, we selling drugs to white people, or we selling drugs to the Mexicans. No, it's like Migos say we buy drugs from the Mexicans and we sell it to you. So how is that cool? But this nigga Kanye said, you know what? I just disagree how y'all black people think, and I think this way. And everybody like, nah, y'all supposed to come back on. It's like what Harriet Tubman said when she said, I freed thousands of slaves. I could have freed thousands of more if they just knew they were slaves. Mm-hmm. So that's what only thing Kanye was saying is you niggas is really choosing to be slaves because y'all comfortable getting dope sold in y'all community because y'all not chasing out this dope dealer. Y'all chasing me out for telling y'all he wrong. For me telling you that y'all should think differently and we should go another route. Y'all want to chase me out. But y'all want to leave this dope dealer in here. You know why? Because he make you feel good. You know why? Because he's giving y'all free shit. He's giving you turkeys on Thanksgiving. He's giving the community gifts on Christmas. Y'all, he's giving y'all shit. That's the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party gives y'all shit. But do you know what the free thinker tells you? He says, build your own shit. I'm not going to give you much, but
we did build our own shit. We got bombed by the U.S. government, though, bro. Like, for real.
Wait. But it was built up. Wait, Black Wall Street got built back up. Black Wall Street got built up within like 5 years. So, yeah, it did happen. But understand who... Google it.
So because it got built back up, that eradicates the fact that they bombed us, my nigga?
No. It don't because who bombed us was Democrats, was the KKK. Democrats who were the KKK. But when it got built back up,
the U.S. government had an airstrike on Tulsa, Oklahoma, my nigga.
I get that. But guess what really destroyed?
That's right.
Okay, but guess what really destroyed Black Wall Street? Integration. Because black people think that the white man's ice is colder. Black people actually believe that if I go into Starbucks, I should be treated a certain way. But if I go into nigga dollars, which is the opposite of Starbucks, if I go spend my money with nigga dollars, oh, I need a discount. Not only do I need a discount, hook my shit up. I'm going to bring my sister in here, and I'm going to chill all day. But y'all rather go hang out with Starbucks than spend it with nigga dollars. Because y'all don't want to build up nigga dollars. Because nigga dollars take work. Starbucks is already here. It's like y'all love to sit inside Starbucks for free. Y'all love that shit. But if I tell you go with nigga dollars, and just help, because nigga dollars might not have Wi-Fi, they might make you pay. You might have to pay with nigga dollars. You might can sit in Starbucks for free, but with nigga dollars, you might have to pay 50 cents an hour. And you're going to be like, you know what? I'd rather sit in free. But Starbucks don't really want you there. Nigga dollars is asking you to help me because they're going to spend your money back with you. But no, you don't want nigga dollars. You want Starbucks.
You killing me with nigga dollars, bro. You killing me right now.
No, because this is what bothers me with black people. Y'all want, like, it's literally coming all into fruition. Y'all want Starbucks. Y'all want to sit.
You know what?
Y'all don't want nigga dollars. Y'all don't want to sit in a place where I say.
I have to say this. And Sheena, I see you in the comments, and I'm gonna bring you in because you actually are echoing my sentiments. She said, "I must agree though with Art for once regarding our community not turning on artists whose lyrics are harmful to our growth." This is the first. This is the first, and maybe I should let you. I don't know who nigga dollars is, Sheena, but this is the first that I actually am proud of the points that you're making. I don't
because I wrote
agree
it
with
down.
those.
I wrote it down.
Okay, well, you need to write shit down more often. I don't agree with the whole 45 shit you talking, but I do agree that as a black community, we have a responsibility to ourselves to make sure that the narrative that is placed out about us is one of positivity and one of growth within our community. I do feel like, I said this on the show that Jay and I did on Monday, I believe it was, about the whole Daz thing with Kanye and talking about sending the Crips after him. I thought that shit was childish. I thought it was fucking unnecessary. And I thought it was extremely stupid for us to try to bring physical harm to our brother because he thought differently from the way that we thought. Like, that's just outlandish. The shit just doesn't make any sense. And
what was
it's
this
just
call to
like,
action? What was this call to action for George Zimmerman? Because he's walking around free. Why is George Zimmerman walking around free?
Yeah.
Why is Russell
that's a
Wilson?
very good point.
Why is Russell Wilson walking around free? The person who killed Mike. Where was this call to action? Why do we only call action when it comes? Because you know why? Because it's clout. Because niggas love to destroy niggas. Niggas love destroying niggas, bro. And I hate to say it.
You gotta understand that there's a historic reason behind that.
No. The historic reason goes back to Africa because they sold us to white people. We love. You act like it didn't start in America. This is what I'm trying to tell you. We have to go back and do some real research. It didn't start with white people. White people just understand. They know. They just sit back and play the background. They play the innocent role. They know niggas love selling niggas. They know this. They just promote it. That's all they do is they sell it. They sell East Coast, West Coast, and they sit back and be like, I don't got nothing to do with it. This is niggas and niggas. They sell black on black violence, and then they keep you fucked up by showing a Trayvon Martin. They be like, look, this is how you sell the game. This is game. And you got to understand what game is. This is pimping. This is what pimping is about.
Come on, pimp.
Because a real pimp, I tell you to go out there and get fucked by all these niggas, and that ain't shit. And you know what they'll come back and do? They'll come back and make love to you, and they tell you how I do it. See, I'm the pimp. So when I fuck you, it's different. Because my fucking you, I'm actually giving you what you really deserve. Like, my fucking is different. I read a book called Pimp by Iceberg Slim. So I understand what pimping. This is pimping. Pimping is I send you out on the street to get fucked, and all you think about is that fucking that you're doing on the street. But when you come back to me and bring all the money back to me, your only reward is me fucking you again. The only thing is I get to fuck you again. And you like, damn. And you get jealous because you get fucked by everybody else. And everybody else brings your money to this. You're like, damn, he must be special because everybody loves him. Oh, I got 8 bitches. And all these 8 women is bringing their money back to me. But you fucking 50 niggas a day. But when you fuck me, it just seems different. Why? Because I got into your mind. I got you to understand that that's not getting fucked. When you go out there, that's business. That's business as usual. That's natural. That's normal. But when I fuck you, it's different.
Sheena says you better preach. You see what happens when you read, Arthur?
Nigga, I've been like this since your living room in 2012, Sheena. I've been like this. I told you, my awakening came when I sat there and cried when Obama became president in 2008, that's when I changed as a person. I was 25 years old. And I sat there and I said, you know what I thought Obama was going to do? I thought he was going to come to the inner city, because Bill Clinton did this. Bill Clinton actually did come to the inner city, my city, Long Beach. He came to my city, and he spoke to the kids. And I was just like, damn. So, but what he said was total bullshit, because he still ended up locking everybody, like the 3-strike law, everything. It was like a sugar coat. It was like some pimp shit. That's when I was like, this nigga's a pimp. So when Obama came, I was like, Obama ain't a pimp. He really loves us. This is like my dad. This is like the dad that I wanted my dad to be. But then I started looking, and then crime rose in Chicago, and I started speaking on that. I started tweeting that. So follow me. I'm not a follower. I was doing this shit back in 2011 and 12. I was tweeting niggas saying, what you doing about Chicago? I didn't do this when Kanye made this famous. I was just like, why is this the murder capital? And then I started reading about the Iran. Google this, the Iran-Contra deal. Google this. Google what I'm saying, because I'm preaching. Like, I hope everybody.
I told you we don't Google your points. You Google your points and you provide.
I don't want y'all to log on. I don't want y'all to log on.
Sheena says he better preach. See what happens when you read Arthur. Oh, Sheena says you got Neek biting her lip and shit. Neek, that wasn't for art. Sheena, that wasn't for art. I got my baby in my text messages. That was all him.
No. He came to Jackie Robinson and he came to Stevens. He came to Jackie Robinson and Stevens.
Hold on.
Stevens. Well, I think it was Jackie Robinson. It was Jackie Robinson.
Yeah, Jackie Robinson.
It was Jackie Robinson. It was.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing because there's two things why. There's two reasons why I'm laughing. I have my baby in my inbox and he going ham right now. But I'm laughing because I am not used to agreeing with art. This is throwing me the fuck off. I don't know what to do. I'm so confused. I don't know what to do.
I wrote it down. My handwriting stopped.
Art took notes. Okay. So
I got pages.
Art took notes.
I wrote shit down. I you know what? I want all men to do this. If you're a real man, just write shit down. Shit down. Write down how you feel. Make a diary. You know what? Because diaries, it's nothing wrong with having a diary.
A journal, gentlemen. A journal, whatever, not a diary.
Whatever you want. Call it a journal, a diary. Write what you believe down. Because you can go back and assess yourself. Because I go back and read what I believed in 2012, and I'll be like, damn, I've evolved on that. And then sometimes I'll be like, you know what? I need to be more like that. I've changed. I've gotten away from that. Just write it. Because I remember what everybody said to me. I've been public enemy #1 since 2011. And y'all remember this. Like, if you my real friend.
Since 2011?
Yeah, because I voted for Mitt Romney. Even though I supported Mitt Romney, I was just anti-Obama at that time. And then, look, the first, if you go back, no, I can't wait, because May is coming up. I was going to Trump rallies before he was even the Republican nominee. Like, so you have to just understand what your truth is. Like, and then it'll help you admit when you're wrong. Like, when you write shit down, it holds you accountable. You can't just say shit every year. Like, you can't go to you can't go see Black Panther and say, I loved when Killmonger said this, but then when Kanye West says this, you like, what the fuck? Slavery was a choice? You can't do that, because you have to, it's an accountability. Because if you love the fact that Killmonger said this, you can't hate the fact that Kanye West said this. You can't hate it.
All right, we gotta get past Killmonger real quick. I want to bring in some comments. And Condell, I want you to come in and give me more of an elaboration on what you're saying. You're saying you're coming with a weak talking points, Art, and I need to know what talking points that Art has provided to you guys that you feel is weak, because I want to engage that conversation. Jason says, man, brave Art coming to love sports and hip hop. So you just got the cosign, Art, from.
I've been waiting for that. Wait. Say that slowly. Say that again. What did he say?
He says, brave Art coming to love sports and hip hop, the network. So We're gonna have to work on your show, I guess. Curtis says, yes, you have, bro. Sheena says it's funny because when we disagree with Art, he has one or two people that agree with him. Now that we can see his perspective, they like, Art, you sound weak. I don't know why that happens. I don't know. Condell says, listen, 45 hasn't said anything real since he's been in office. I probably would go on the limb and agree with that. I just don't see the impact that he's done. There's been and you'll have to refresh my memory. Art, you posted, I think it was drug testing for welfare. Was that the one I said I agree with? Now that I definitely agree with.
How can you not? You cannot agree with that. If you disagree with that, then you're on welfare and you just want to live off the system. You don't want to be better for yourself because in that policy, other things can go within that. Because I would agree with, I would publicly pay for, we have a thing in LA, it's called the Homeboys. I forgot what it's called. But and we pay for it. It's tax free. You go and you get gang tattoos removed and you get free counseling for drug tests, for drug abuse, or free just counseling. So as a taxpayer, if you admit that you have a drug problem and you're from a gang, I want my tax money to go to removal of your gang tattoo, if you want to remove, and counseling for your drug abuse. I agree with that. So with Trump, what was the question? Because Homeboys industry, there you go.
Yeah.
I support
so
Homeboys industry.
Curtis wants to know what is 45 doing for the youth.
He's brought jobs. Okay, so when I was in the 7th grade, right, I had one of my best friends when Bill Clinton became president in 1992. He moved Boeing, and he moved Ford. He started moving Ford overseas to where we was building Boeing and Ford overseas. And all my friends who were affluent, because I was never raised in the ghetto. I was raised around, like, I'm not saying I was raised rich, but I was never raised in like a project, right? I was raised in the inner city, what used to be an inner city, because the inner city has changed now. The new inner city is different. The new inner city is embraced, and people love to say they're from the inner city. Back in our days, it was like a mixture. Like the inner city was mixed, and it was different. So I had my friend, right, and he had to move out of state because he pretty much had to move into poverty because his dad's job, either he had to move to China or he had to, accept a job at what is now known as Walmart, because they gave other jobs, but he had to accept a minimum wage job. He worked at Boeing, and my other friend worked at my other friend from Michigan that moved out here. He told me his dad worked at General Motors.
All right. Where are we going, baby? Where are we going?
I'm just trying to tell you that Democrats want to move jobs overseas, and what Bill Clinton said is he's going to mandate these places come back here, which will give the common folk in Detroit, Michigan. This is why.
All right. Do you remember the question? I don't think you do.
I don't.
Do you remember the question? Because you're just talking. I don't even know where you're going. The question is, what is 45 doing for the youth?
Okay.
Why are we talking about?
Okay. So let's get back on track, because we're talking about the youth's parents. So their parents are.
No, we're talking about the youth. That's all we want to talk about.
Well, what is the youth? Explain what the youth is. Explain what the youth is.
What do you mean? What is the youth?
What do you mean by youth? What is youth? Because youth is,
okay.
To me,
Okay. All right. Let's say 16 to 25.
So that's youth. What is he doing for 16 to 25? That's youth. That's it. That's where it starts. That's what you're saying.
Let's talk 16 to 25. They're eligible to work at 16. 25, they should be established or somewhat established. So 16 to 25. You want a definition on the youth. There you go. Youth. Now, what is Trump doing for them?
So he's bringing jobs that will pay $30 an hour, right? working for GM, working for Boeing is $30 an hour. He's bringing those jobs from China where we're paying a cheap labor. And these corporations who vote Democrat, because they love to pay, corporations love to pay cheap labor. They'd rather send it over there and pay $7 an hour. He's making it mandatory that you bring that job back over here and you pay them 60.
How many 16-year-olds you know at a corporation?
How many 16-year-olds you know graduate from? Okay, how many 18-year-olds you know? I graduate. I'm gonna speak for myself. When I graduated high school in 2001 under George Bush, I got a job at a corporation under George Bush, which is the post office, I started at $19 an hour, right? So I'm not rich.
So you just going to the post office?
No, I got to give you a story.
That's just how it works. They just go to the post office to get a job, huh?
No. That's what I did. Because I asked other people. The economy was so flourishing that everybody. I told people, and people on my live can attest to this. My friends can attest to this. I said, get a job. They was like, they don't want this job. Like, jobs was everywhere at that time. Jobs was everywhere. And I got a job making $19 an hour, right? And I told these people, come get aboard. They was like, nah, jobs everywhere. I can do this. I can stay at home. My mom play video. I can go to school. Boom, right? So fast forward. Wait, let me fast forward. I started at $19.62 an hour in 2004. That's where I started at. That's not what I make now. So you can imagine. That was before the recession. So I started at 1962. So fast forward to 2018. You know what my job is hiring right now? $15 an hour. $16. I think it's 16. To be honest, it's like 16 something. And these same people are hiring. And $19 back then would be like $24 right now. But you got people signing up for this job at $16 now. And you know what George Bush came out and did? He came out and called out the post office. He said the post office is stealing money, which I agree with. Which I don't give a fuck. I don't give. Niggas, they don't get.
Oh my God. Okay, let me bring it because that's not how shit goes for everybody.
That is how it goes.
Curtis,
so right now,
Curtis says, bro, the youth ain't working at Walmart yet. Sheena says, and you think that's benefiting youth employees? Curtis, he do sound like poetic justice. Sheena says, you got hooked up through your mom, bro.
Okay. Oh.
He said that's not the average. That's not the story of the average youth. I wasn't getting no post office job.
First of all,
I mean that's just not how that should work for me.
First of all, ain't that her job? Why would you be mad if your mom hooked you up with a job?
That's not the point. The point is not. We're not talking about. We're not saying it's a bad thing.
No. That's what's wrong with black people. Because if I leave 2 houses to my son, and my son came out and said, "I got 2 houses." No. What's wrong with leaving something to your kids? What's wrong with that?
You're missing the point.
No, because how is that a point? Ain't that what your mom and dad supposed to do?
You're missing the point. The point is that the average youth does not have a mother.
Because the average nigga mama is on drugs. So
so the question is, how is 45 helping the youth? You talking about how you got hooked up by your mama?
Okay, because I'm not the average nigga, so I'm going back and trying to tell you that. You know what?
So why is that the answer to the question if you're not the average nigga? If we're talking about the average youth, then why are we talking about you who's not average?
Because if I'm not the average nigga and I'm telling you how to vote, so if you telling me I'm not the average nigga and I'm saying this is how I should, you told me this. I didn't say this. Y'all just said this. You say I did this to my mom. Okay. So why are y'all still voting Democrat? Because I'm not average.
Shut up! What are you talking about?
Okay, so how can I elevate that?
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna ask one more time, Art. And if you can't give me a real answer, we're gonna move on to the next topic, okay?
No, because
how is 45? No, how is 45? Pay attention to all the words in the question. How is 45 helping the youth? Not how Art got a job, not how we should be voting. How is 45 helping the youth?
Because he's giving
Go.
people like me, he's giving people like me a voice. Because you see, Kayne, his mama was a doctor, his mama was a preacher, but he could still relate to the hood. So what 45 is trying to tell you, look, 45's daddy was broke. His mama, they made a way for themselves. So I don't give a fuck what you say. They didn't make their way through politics like Obama's parents did. They didn't make their way. They made their way through building themselves up. So he's teaching me how to give you a voice and try to tell you how generational wealth is really passed down. It's not passed down through you begging the next person, because it's passed down from, it's not who you know. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And I've gotten, I don't even want to do this. I want to do this, but I can just tell you.
How you don't want to do this if we on air? Sheena says just because you didn't have an average upbringing doesn't mean we should take your political advice, bro.
Well, why not? Why not? Well, why take the advice from some? Why not take?
You are.
Why not?
Okay, so let's bring in your mom.
Advice?
Okay,
Why?
Since we're hold on. Why take your advice? People can take whoever they want to take. We don't want to call your mom. We don't want to call your mom.
No, I don't understand that. I don't understand why you guys are fighting so hard to be niggas when I'm just trying to tell you, like, look, I wasn't raised. I can admit that. Like,
okay, so let's talk about the family structure then. Let's go there.
Exactly.
Since this is the benefit. Okay, so this is the benefit of
back,
you actually. Since you actually somebody's asking to be, Condell wants to get on the live.
Bring everybody on the live and we kick them off. We need to start doing that. Bring people on. I
gotta see. This is the first time I've been actually able to bring someone on the live. So, Condell, give me a second. I'll bring you on in just a minute because I want to ask Art something. So, let's talk about this whole, like, the whole helping you, your mother helping you. Like,
Elijah, come in.
What do you feel, or how do you feel Black families should be structured in the event that we are able to provide something to leave to our children? What do you think about the structure of the Black family?
I think Black families need to stop trying to be so niggerish. I get mad when Black
What is that? What is that?
Because it's like
Define
we got
that,
that Negro,
please.
we got that nigger, the Negro mentality. Look at my son. Come here. Come sit in my lap.
Hi, Elijah.
He about to hear all this shit.
As we talk about Black families, my nephew Elijah has made an appearance. What's up, Elijah?
What's up?
How do you hear him? You heard him?
What's up?
Yeah,
I heard him. So, what do you think about the structure of the Black family, Art?
Put that in your ear.
I think
The structure of the Black family starts with the Black mother and father. And it starts with the responsibility. So I can't keep blaming what happened to me on white people without blaming. If my son doesn't say, well, my daddy didn't do this and that for me. If my son doesn't blame me or his mom and skips that and says, well, it was the white man who held him down. He has me and he has his mom. He better not ever, my son better not ever blame white people for his downfall, ever. My son better go to college. You hear me say? Who is the most important person? I'm going to show you this. I'm going to give you an example. Who is the most important person in your life?
God.
Who?
God.
God?
Huh?
Did you say God?
Yeah.
And
God.
Jesus?
Yeah.
So, you raise a child on which they should grow, right?
Mm-hmm.
You might, excuse me, I'm choking.
You know why?
Believe,
You want to know? Let's stop there. You want to know why you choking? Because you should not be eating on air. That's why you're choking.
I shouldn't be on air.
You shouldn't be eating on air. That's why you're choking.
Well, what I'm saying is this. You might not agree with me. But I believe in you raise a child in which he should grow. I didn't tell him to say that. So if I believe how you raise your child, that's how you raise you raise a child in which they should grow. How much? Wait. How much you love me?
You see my baby over here talking that talk?
Show them. Wait. I want to show y'all something. How much you love me? Show 'em. How much you love me? That much?
Yeah.
Why? Why that much?
Nothing will come between us.
Because nothing becomes between us?
Yes.
Show them how much you love me. How much? That much? That look like a little bit. Only that much? Why that much?
Nothing become between us.
Because nothing comes between us. You see what I'm saying? So I get mad at black people because we don't raise our child see how I said this? You might be like, if you ask my son how much he loves me, he'd be like this. He'd be like, he don't love it. No. I raise my son how he should be raised.
And for the people listening on Spreaker and iHeart and all of the podcasts.
Okay. I thought that was for Facebook.
You guys, Elijah has joined us, and his fingers were actually extremely close together, if not pressed very, very tight together, in answering his father's questions.
Say it over again.
You want to say it over again?
You want to say it over again? Elijah, how much do you love your dad?
That much.
How do you do it? Why? Why?
Why?
Nothing becomes between us.
Nothing?
Nothing becomes between us.
Good job. So let me see. I have Condell asking to jump in on this chat. Let's see if we can bring him on. It won't let me do it. It won't let me.
So,
No.
Elijah, are you a slave? Are you a slave?
No,
a
he's
slave?
not a slave.
How
So-
great can you be? How great can you be? You see, he didn't do this. You see, he didn't do this when I say how
Of
great
course
can you
he's
be.
not going to do that. I would hope not.
Okay, so the problem that I have. Son,
Curtis
Come
said
stand
y'all
behind
looking
me.
like Will Smith and his son in Pursuit
Come
of
stand behind
Happiness.
Nah,
Hashtag
it's not-
beautiful voters. That is
Nah,
beautiful.
nah.
Listen, I am wholeheartedly in agreement with you. I feel like we instill a lot of things in our
you.
children.
Thank you. That's all. That's my point.
And I had a conversation with my godson today. His mother texted us both and told him that he needed to call me and let me know what happened with him today. So he didn't, of course. So she had to make him call me. So when he called me, he told me that he had a fight at school today, and the parents of the
Go tell your
young
mom to come
white
here.
gentleman
Okay.
of the young white gentleman that he
Why
had
should
a fight with
here?
Just go. I hear you. I hear you.
is going to press charges. So now he has to go to
Mhm.
court. I have always been of the belief that I have to instill in my god kids that they are royalty from the beginning. So even as a young child, I would always explain to him that you are a young king. However, you're not viewed that same way in society. So people are in a position, in some cases, to impact your life in ways that you can't even imagine at this age. So
You
you
know
have
what?
to be
You know
very,
what? I
you have
totally
to be
disagree
very
with you, and that's our differences.
Okay, well, you're going to have to disagree with me after I finish my statement. So in explaining that to him, I explained to him that he has to be in complete control of himself at all times, and that his reactions are his own responsibility. So no matter what is happening around him, he has to be aware of the fact that the things that he does has an impact on his life. And now he has to go to court at 13 years old for having a fight. What would have been viewed as a schoolyard fight had it been anyone else. But because he is who he is, then now here we are. And
Well,
you disagree
first
with
of all,
me in what way? What do you disagree with?
where's his daddy at?
His daddy's in the house.
And his mom is too?
Yep.
So how did it get to that point? I think I missed up.
Get to what point of having a
How did it
fight?
get to the point? Yeah.
You've never had a fight?
Yeah. How old is he? 13?
He's 13.
I had a fight at 13, but I'm trying to figure out how was this fight so important to it. That was his first fight? And he lives with his mom and his dad. So why is he fighting so much?
What do you mean so much? This is the first fight. What are you talking about?
Oh, so he got kicked out of school on his first fight.
He didn't get kicked out of school. The parents of the young man he fought decided to press charges. So this is what I need you to do, because I just clearly laid out clearly laid out what happened. And you know what happened? You were so distracted doing other things while we're working that you didn't get what I was saying. So Curtis, no, this wasn't in New Orleans. This was in Nevada. He lives in Henderson, right outside of Las Vegas. He goes to...
Sheena,
Yes,
I hate Sheena.
Sheena, he did stop listening. Wait, how did he get to that point? Exactly. I clearly stated how he got to that point. He lives in Nevada. He goes to a school where he's the minority. I'll say that. And
say hi to Sheena. Just say hi. Say hi to Sheena.
Art. So I have to remind you, sir, that we are broadcasting live on iHeart and TuneIn and Apple Podcasts and Spreaker and Stitcher and Clamor.
This is our first show.
So this is your first show.
What you think?
I need you to focus with me.
Am I doing good?
Ask me that when we're off the air. Honey, but I need you to focus, okay? So, in doing that, I feel like, and I told him, this is the most important conversation that we're ever going to have.
Not because ever. Now this is the first. Yes, this is the most we ever had.
This is the most important conversation we're ever gonna have, and the reason is because this is my introduction to you of the world that we live in, and the things that you're going to encounter, and the way that you need to start to develop your mind as a young man, as a young black man. So
I'm young. Okay.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about my godson. Are you not listening to me?
Oh, okay. I'm off.
Oh, my God.
I just thought I was young. I don't want to hear.
No, you're not young. You know you're not young. You know you're not young. You know that for a fact. Okay? But I think that it's very important that we have these moments with our children, like you teaching Elijah what you've taught him, his mother teaching, exactly, Sheena, I'm not talking about him, his mom teaching him the things that he needs to know, instilling these things in him immediately as he begins to understand and become cognizant of what's going on around him is very important. What's up, Charlene? I see you checking in. So I think that in doing that, we start to develop who we are supposed to be as a people. And in addition to that, there has to be what's up, Janine? I see you watching. There has to be a foundation that is established in the relationship between the two parents of these children prior to us raising the children. Like, they have to see a foundation of love between their mother and their father so that they can understand how they're supposed to grow their kingdom. And I think that for me, in the Black community, there's a lot of disrespect between men and women where we the Spreaker chat, I love my producer. I just love him. He has dropped the link to Spreaker.com where you guys can check us out and join the official chat outside of Facebook. But I feel like we just need to start loving each other better.
No one can hear her, right?
We need to learn how to love each other just a little bit better. And that's what I was asking you, Art. Like, what is your perception of where we are in relationships in the Black community?
Can you say that one more time?
Oh, my God.
The last part. Just the last part. Just
the
very last.
Curtis said he killed a whole bottle of wine watching the show. Love the dialogue. Thank you, Curtis. If it would be a dialogue if Art was listening to me, and not making me repeat myself, what do you feel about the state of the relationships between Black men and Black women in the Black community? What do you feel? Where do you feel we're at?
That's a good question. All right, so now you done took control of the conversation. Okay, so how I feel about I feel like there's a discommunication. Is that a word? Discommunication? Miscommunication? I think miscommunication. It's a miscommunication. Because you know what? I think the black man's voice has been cut off. Because whenever a black man says anything, in my opinion, about a black woman, it's considered hate. It's considered a whole bunch of things that I don't understand, right? But I was raised in a generation where, when I was growing up, we had a song called "I Don't Want No Scrubs." We had Oprah Winfrey talking about, black men, doing this and that. I grew up in the niggas ain't shit era, but when black men vocally speak against what black women do, it becomes, are you gay? Like, it's like, nigga, you gay? Your mama black? Like, this is the era I come up. So it's like we're at a war with each other. It's really started a war. And I feel like we lost a lot of brothers to this war. We lost a lot of real niggas to some I would say gay shit or some gangster shit. Like, a lot of niggas who was fighting this war, who was too mad at their mama because Tupac.
All right, who are you looking at?
No, I'm thinking. Okay. But what the fuck is this background sound? Like, what's this background sound?
I don't know what you're hearing. I don't hear anything.
No, but I was saying, it's a lot of niggas that we was raised to where, even though you was a crack fiend mama, you was always a black queen mama. Tupac said that. And that's really confusing to a black man, because a lot of black men and women, confusing? Because your mom could be the most abusive person in your family. And she's still a black queen, even though she was a crack fiend. But your daddy could just not be there. We don't know why he's not there. We don't know. He can still pay all the child support. He can do whatever the government asks him to from him, but he's still a deadbeat. Because your mama said this. But your mama is a black queen, even if she's a crack fiend. That shit is confusing to a young person. To a young person, it might sound good to an adult. It might sound cool. That's like bars if you're grown. But to a kid, imagine if your dad was like, damn, my dad really want to be there. He actually really fights for me. And your mama fights against him. Like, nah, you can't see my son. Like, she moved to all different states, and she's still a crackhead. But I'm supposed to say, even though you're a crack fiend, you're still a black queen. But my daddy, who fought for me, who chased me all across the country, is a deadbeat. And that's where I come from. Like, that's the thing I come from. Because I'm the opposite. My mom is a black queen. She wasn't a crack fiend. But my dad is a black queen, black king, and he was a drug. He was on drugs. He sold them and bought them. I've seen the good and the bad from him, but I've also seen. I don't know my mom's gonna see this because she watched everything I do, but she was never on the drugs, but she was addicted to him. So, what makes him not a black king? Why wasn't he a black king?
That was strong, bro. That was strong. That was a bar.
Was
a bar?
Thank you.
That was a bar, bro.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm speaking my life. I love my dad so much. I'm so proud to be my dad's son, and just as proud as I am to be my mom's son. But I'm not. I just look at it the opposite. My dad is a black king, even though he was a black fiend. But he wasn't.
Let's go back to Let's go back
You
to
wanna listen
the
back?
whole. You think black men's
Okay.
voices are muted? Because there was the no
That wasn't so.
scrub. That was right, Curtis. That was a bar, right?
Come
Um,
some.
but let's go back
Come
to
some.
Wait, I gotta go with the
art.
bottle.
Focus, art. I'm on air.
I'm sorry.
Um, so let's go back to the whole black men's voices are muted thing that you mentioned. Um, how do you? Okay, so we can talk about the whole no scrubs, men ain't shit, and all that. And you fast forward to like 2018, you're talking and saying, stop, all that. We talked about this.
You gonna call me
Um,
tomorrow? You gonna discipline me?
you,
I'm
you,
sorry, Nick. I'm sorry, babe.
oh yeah,
She gonna
tonight,
get jealous if I
not
call you babe.
tomorrow.
But this is my sis. You know this is my sis.
Tonight, I'm gonna just play you the night.
What? Can we pause this show? Can we?
No, what are
wish?
you talking
Can
about?
we
I'm
wait?
live right now.
Can we wish Christina happy birthday? It was yesterday. Can we wish?
Christine, turn the camera. Christine, happy birthday
Thank you.
in front of all of iHeart and TuneIn and Stitcher and Clamor and Apple Podcasts. Happy birthday. You are gorgeous. And we hope you have an
And she pretty.
amazing
That's
day.
with no makeup. Late at night. She late at night, no makeup. She don't give a fuck. She listen to me talk all this shit. Look at her. That's my baby. All right. That's all she get. Don't do her too much. She don't get too much.
I'm
She
gonna
30.
discipline the hell out
She
of your
30.
boyfriend.
You know she 30? She turned 30 tonight.
Congratulations. So
She old as fuck.
now
All right,
my
I'm
thing
sorry.
is, we're talking about how the whole men ain't shit, women ain't shit, and all that. Yeah, give Christine some hearts, y'all. If y'all watching, give Christine some hearts for her birthday. Curtis says happy birthday, Christine. Give her some hearts. What's up, Valencia? I see you in the chat. So, do we just brush past how long black women were bitches, hoes, sluts, everything that they could be, degraded in videos, talked about in movies, talked about in videos, talked about in songs? Do we just ignore that? What's up, Cinnamon? Welcome to the show.
What's
Do
up,
we ignore
Sam?
that?
No, you know why I guess
I mean,
ignored?
we
Because
talked about the whole
y'all
niggas
don't.
ain't shit era, but bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks was a run.
Like, where's the little bit? Like, yeah, bitches ain't shit, but we all knew that there was bitches who wasn't shit, right? Not all of you
And it's niggas who ain't shit too.
okay, but Bill Cosby didn't rape all these bitches. Like, where's a little bit of support? Like,
All
yeah,
of them?
okay. Wait,
Okay, so
no.
if he didn't rape 60, but he raped 16, does that make him better?
Okay, but if bitches ain't shit but 16, but most of y'all ain't shit, like, let's just say, like
Oh my
can we
God.
just,
We about to go
no,
down
what
a
I'm
slope, a
saying is,
slippery slope,
okay,
y'all.
wait, because can we protect the Bill Cosbys of the world? Like,
Why would we protect the rapists of the world?
okay, but y'all protect the Tupacs of the world. Y'all want to protect him. Y'all want to follow him, but y'all don't. The Tupac was accused of rape, and he also said he'd get around. So we wasn't there, and so we just yeah. All I'm saying is, let's not convict these dudes in the court of
Now,
public
Bill
opinion.
Cosby, you do know Bill Cosby admitted that he gave women quaaludes so that he could have sex
No,
with them,
I get it. I get that, and you get it. Tupac made a song that said he'd get around. Does that
Getting around and
mean,
raping bitches are two different things.
Yeah, no, I get it. And giving bitches quaaludes and raping bitches is also two different things. Migos talk about Molly's and all this is two different. All I'm saying is, where's the support at? We understand.
I'm so confused. I'm so confused.
No, do we
So
stand by
because
each other?
Tupac says he get around, that's in some way an admission of guilt to you?
because Bill Cosby said he gives bitches Quaaludes, does that mean he
He
raped
said
the bitch?
in the deposition, he says he gives them Quaaludes to have sex with them.
Wait. The Migos
I
said
give
they
them
get Molly.
Quaaludes wasn't the end
Wait.
of the statement, bro.
Wait,
It was,
wait,
I give them
wait.
Quaaludes to have sex with them. Period.
No. If you go to the Migos and he said, we popping Molly. Did you hear what Rick Ross said? You want to get some Rick Ross?
I did, and Rick Ross got obliterated. What are you talking about?
Wait. So that's just understand. 70s was a party era. And if you go to a rich man's house, because if you come to my house and I give you some drink, I'm going to tell you this. Okay, let's say it's 1999. You come to my house. Yeah, I gave you some drink and I slept with you that night. And we agreed to it. We got drink. Fast forward to 2065. Alcohol is like banned and it's illegal. It's weird. But you go back to 1999, you be like, this nigga gave me some drink back then and I got drunk. Is it like, how did we change the law? Because we going back to 1955, 65. Like, come on,
Bill
man.
Cosby is already admitted to giving women Quaaludes.
Yes,
to have
and I
sex with
can
them.
admit to giving you drunk. I can admit to getting you drunk to sleep with you.
But you know that Quaaludes cause women to pass out, like they're
No,
unconscious.
and
right?
alcohol does the same. I give you drink to make you sleep with me.
So let me bring in some comments. Cinnamon says, Neek, but how is it that they can be so drugged but they can recall anything? That's not really the way that the story works.
Say that again. Say that again.
That's not
how
the stories go. The stories go, I got a drink, I woke up in a row.
And his dick was in you. How you know
I
that?
woke up.
Wait. Did you go get a test? Did you go get tested on? Because automatically they'll foul on you. Did you go get a rape kit?
Come
How do you
on,
know
dog.
you
We're
was
not going to get into the whole victim shaming shit here, are we? Everybody don't tell the same lie, bro.
I hate that word victim shaming. Because you know what y'all doing? Do you know what I do? You know when y'all talk about slavery and I be like, you know what, this and that, you be like, you victim shaming. Like when I said you could have left, and I be like, you victim shaming. Don't stop saying these PC words. Stop using
What are you talking about? What is victim shaming?
That's a white person's word.
What is victim shaming?
White person.
What is victim shaming?
That's a white person.
What is
word.
it? What is
That's
it? What does it mean?
Because we don't know who's the victim.
What does it mean?
Who's the victim? Bill Cosby can be the victim.
What do you mean who's the victim?
Just
the person
because
who got sexually assaulted.
No.
We're not going to do this.
Wait. The person who got lied on is also a victim, right?
Who got lied on?
All right. Do you know who Brian Banks is?
I do.
That's one of my best friends. I grew up with him. Best friends. If he say he don't know me, he's lying. He called me from jail. So I'm not even going to bring this up. Brian Banks is one of my best friends, right? He spent 6 years in jail for rape.
I know.
So, okay. So if I said this bitch lying, was I victim shaming him or her? Was that victim shaming? Because victim shaming is an attack word. You can't use that word against me. We don't know who the victim is. Victim shaming is an attack word. I don't want to hear that word. Because you know what? You know what you do?
It's an attack word.
You know what? Okay. Because I'm going to tell you like this. Do you believe OJ killed that white woman?
Wait, Cinnamon said, yes, I do. I think OJ killed the white woman.
OJ killed that white woman. But most black people don't. But most happy that OJ got away with it, right? Most black people, right? Can we agree? Like, when OJ got off, what happened? How did you feel when OJ got off that truck? I
mean, I was happy he was a black man. I was a kid, though.
You was happy? I know. But that's most black and white people. This is what the media has taught us to do. Because when you use trigger words like this, because if you was to be like, well, you know, how did one person kill two people with one knife? That's victim shaming. That's victim shaming. How did one people kill two people with one knife? Now you blaming victims? That was victims. How you victim shaming? So don't do that. When you use that word will minimize the truth. If I'm trying to tell you the truth.
Sheena said Brian said he don't know you, dog.
What Brian don't? Hey, it's not what Brian don't know me.
She said Brian don't know you, dog.
What Brian don't know me.
That's what Sheena said, Brian. Brian Banks, what we talking about? Brian said he don't know you.
Brian don't know. Okay.
All right, what you getting your mama for Mother's Day?
What am I giving my mama for Mother's Day? I gave her my son. I can't give her. You know what? That's a good question. Why the fuck you want to ask me that? I'm not fucking rich. What should I get? Okay, as a mother.
right there, Mother's Day. Because Mother's Day is coming up. What you mean?
Y'all, she mad. So what should I get?
Well, what you getting Christine for Mother's Day?
The world. My life. Like, what do you get a mom for Mother's Day? I don't even know. Like, somebody teach me. What do you get a mom? That's a good question. You want to change the conversation? What do you get your baby, your girl? What do you get? What do you get her? Like, you already gave me your life. What do you get her?
Let me ask you this, since we're talking about men versus women. So, okay, the one thing that I hate. Oh shit, we got a bunch of comments about OJ in here, so we're gonna come back to OJ in a second. But the one thing that I can't stand is when Father's Day comes, and women are like, or people are like, "Happy birthday, happy Father's Day to my mama," you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, what's poppin'? Your mama, your daddy, you want some what's dinner over there? Like, what's poppin'? Like, how does this even work? So
we gonna say that for the Father's Day episode.
Oh, we're gonna do that. We're gonna talk about that on Father's Day. But my question is, so on Mother's Day, do we tell single fathers Happy Mother's Day?
Good question. Ooh, you starting shit.
Do we?
You trying to start some shit. Why are you trying to start
How does that work? Like, I'm just asking a question. That's all. I'm just asking a question because I feel like that's the dumbest. Huh?
I started that.
Here's my thing. My daddy wasn't around, right? My daddy.
But how much you love your daddy?
But my mom,
you love your daddy, though. You love your dad. Yes or no?
I love. So I love my.
Well, can I ask you this question? All right, we're going to end it. I want to get deep.
You already asked me a question. You want to let me
I want to ask you this one question. Was it all your daddy's fault that he wasn't around? Or was it all his fault?
Yes.
Be honest. It was all his fault.
Yes.
So your mom used to call him all the time. He could have came over. He just didn't come.
Yes. Yep. There were times as a kid where my dad was supposed to come and get me, and he wouldn't show up. And my mom would bring me over. Hold on. And my mom would bring me over there. He would be in his house with his women, or he would be on a trip to Atlanta, or whatever the case may be. So yes, unfortunately, it was his fault. However, my daddy wasn't really around like that. I knew who he was. I knew where he was and all that. But my mama was not my daddy at all. My mama did not give me what I feel should come from a father to a young woman. And I'm not going to wish my mother a happy Father's Day. And you, yet again.
What happened? Oh, wow.
Again, right? Okay. So, let me see. I'm about to bring in some comments because artists disrespecting my programming. We got some good ones in here. Condell says he was happy about OJ. Yes, I was happy because white people have been beating the system since the beginning of time. Condell, I don't know if we thought about it like that when this happened, because I was a kid. I remember being in like the 8th or 9th grade. I can't remember.
All right, man. I don't want to hear this.
I know I was 7th maybe. I know I was at CAR, and I wasn't really like knowing about how the system targets black men. I just knew he was a black dude, and I wanted him to win. You know what I'm saying? Like,
because you know why I don't like that statement? Because George Zimmerman said the same thing when Trayvon Martin was walking through his neighborhood, and he said, they've been getting away with this for years. So that's why he killed him. So we cannot sit up here and be like, who is going to end this? Like,
what the hell is they? What are you talking about?
George Zimmerman said when he was asked, do you feel bad about what happened to Trayvon Martin? He said no, because they've been getting away with this shit for years. So, like, if we going to have this attitude and they going to have this attitude, it's never going to change. And I get it. We can be mad. Like, we can have all it. But I start with black people sold this to them. So we're not black. We're not. I don't know how to explain this, but we can't just sit up here and just be like, we can't just be just as racist as them and want them to be better than us. And when we say we kings and queens, I'm a king. I'm a God. I believe that I am a direct descendant of God, right? I know that. I believe that. And I would say that to anybody. I am the direct descendant of God. The Bible tells me.
I believe that.
I believe in the Bible. I believe in a lot of shit. Like,
okay, we're going on a tangent right now. Reggie, Reggie's in the comments, and I think Reggie wanted to clear some things.
Not Reggie Butler. Is it Reggie Butler?
Yes, it is. It is the incomparable Reggie Butler.
That's my big.
Reggie wants you to know that getting a girl drunk or giving her drugs to impair their ability to consent for the purpose of having sex is illegal. So, that argument that you were trying to make,
Reggie, can we have a call-in show? We about to start having call-in shows, and I want you to be.
We will have to do that next week, and I would have to.
No, I want to interview Reggie because Reggie.
Okay, well, you interview Reggie. You're real belligerent right now.
No, can I tell you about Reggie? Can I tell you about Reggie? Really quick.
You already told us about Reggie.
No,
Reggie says, I think OJ's oldest son did it.
Okay, can I tell you about how I feel about him? He will be a great interview because he is really a black intellectual from the hood. Inner city, not the hood. Inner city. He is me. He is me before I was able to think on my own. Like, he introduced me to free thinking. Trust me. So I really want Reggie. You're going to be one of my first interviews on my show.
All right, whatever.
I love you, Reg.
Cinnamon says drugged or not drugged women, no. Reggie says, Cinnamon, I can't agree with that. What if they're unconscious? Curtis wants to know, what ward am I from? He loves my city. I am from the 15th ward in New Orleans on the West Bank.
She from some bullshit.
I'm sorry, what? What was that?
15th ward. You from some bullshit.
All right, what do you know about New Orleans, honey?
I don't know shit.
Not a damn thing. But no, I'm from the 15th ward. So, and Jason has given me exactly where I was when we learned about OJ. It was 8th grade, Miss Grimaldi's English class. I loved Miss Grimaldi's class. It brought me a lot of joy. Reggie, Cinnamon says, when a woman is comfortable, they will let whatever happen because they trust them. Wait, what?
Wait.
I don't know if I can get with that, bro.
Wait, sis. You be having call-in show. Can I have a call-in show?
I have a full call-in show because I have a producer and I'm on Spreaker. This is
Facebook. I'm not as big as you. Okay. I thought you said I was as big. I thought you said you was gonna put me on the network.
I never said you were as big as me. I never said I'm not.
I want to be. Look at what
you gotta grow, grasshopper. You gotta grow.
Damn, like we want call-ins. They want to call in.
Yes, Condell Elgin is 15 ward, and I will do that on the next show. I'm gonna do that on the next show. We'll figure that out.
The next show, you promise?
The next show.
Because they want to be. My people want to. I want them to talk.
He's in the background. You guys talk to Jay about that.
Man, Jay sleep.
Ladies and no, he's not. He just commented. What are you talking about? Jay listening. He rocking with us. Y'all getting it.
Hey,
Jay says you can't be. Jay says you can't eat on the show. He wants you to know that you need to focus. You can't eat on the show. You need to focus. There are people listening to us. We are not small time anymore. This is not just Facebook. You want it to be big time, right? You see me eating?
Can I? No, I didn't.
You had like 4 pieces a piece.
But I'm eating.
But it ain't a whole small.
We eating. Look at my.
No, you eating. Cinnamon says, these women want money. I'm not going to any man house I'm not comfortable with. Cinnamon, listen, I don't give a damn if it's my boyfriend. I don't give a damn if it's my boyfriend. If I'm laying up in the bed and he wants to do something and I don't want to do it, that's rape. If I'm asleep and he decides that he gonna jump on top of me and I wake up and I said I didn't want to do that, that was rape. Listen,
fuck that.
I don't care if they want money or not. we're not gonna get outside of the real definition of what sexual assault is. Like, let's stop playing these games. Y'all gotta stop with that bullshit. Y'all don't have onus on my body. There's no dominion on my body for you. I have to give you
Oh, I
consent
love that word to me.
every time.
Fuck that. No, that's bullshit. Bro.
No,
That's bullshit.
I have to give you consent to my body, bro. I don't give a fuck who you are
Nah,
to
because
me.
wait. No. Okay, I get that, but I don't have to give you consent on my body, right? I don't.
Yes.
Cause okay, say I get you pregnant, I don't want the baby. Do I have consent on my body? Because that's my body giving it to your
What
body.
are you talking about? You decided to have unprotected sex. Did you or did you not?
Oh my God! So you decided to have me. So now you make decisions. Now it's decisions. Now
Why
it's
are we
about
talking about pregnancy and rape? I'm talking about sexual assault here. We're not
because
talking about pregnancy.
I think that's rape.
All right, don't do this. You're going to dig a
form of
hole,
rape.
bro. Don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. If you decide that you want to take sexual activity from me and I have not given you consent, that is rape. And Cinnamon, I don't care how long it's been, because Cinnamon's in the comments and she's saying, look how long it's been now. They coming forward. This is crap. I don't care how long it takes to come out. There are sexual assaults. I done lost art, y'all. Victims of sexual assault do not come forward. And y'all are not going to sit here and tell me that no matter what, it's not rape. Let me see if I can get art back on. If not, we gonna wrap, because it has been a good 2 hours. This has been a crazy show. Let me see. Where is art? Let's try to get young Arthur Derrick back in, you guys. If you're listening on Spreaker, iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Clamor, Apple Podcasts, this is Facebook Freestyle Friday. I appreciate you guys for being here. It is typically done with my co-host, Arthur Derrick. Cinnamon is in my comments, and she's saying, Neek, sexual assault should be brought up sooner than later. Cinnamon, honey, doll, you have to be in a place where you have experienced something as egregious and traumatic and traumatizing as that before you can say when someone should be brave enough to speak up. It takes courage to step forth and say that you have been a victim of sexual assault. It takes real courage. You don't know how that's going to impact your family. You don't know how that's going to impact you. You don't know how that's going to impact the people around you. The onus is not on me to be bold enough to come forward. You don't know. You don't understand the severity of going through something that tragic. And it is not up to you. It is not up to me. It is not up to anybody else to say when a victim of sexual assault should come forward. That's not your place. That has nothing to do with you. And if I come forward 1 week, 1 year, 1 decade later, that doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that it happened. And whoever did it should pay for it. And I don't know what happened with Bill Cosby, and I don't know what happened with his victims. But what we're not going to do is we're not going to put time restrictions on when someone should deal with the trauma that that they have had to deal with at the hands of someone else. That's that. And if you feel like I'm combating with you, I don't really know how to address that. But we are not going to do that. That is irresponsible, it is insensitive, and it's unacceptable, in my opinion. So that's my thoughts on that. Condell, he says, I would love to be on air with you one day, Neek. We would definitely have to, we'll definitely have to work on that. Curtis, amen, Neek, thank you. So she said, Cinnamon says exactly, Neek, we don't know. We don't know. But it is not your place to judge either. And I understand that Bill Cosby has provided amazing gifts to this world. I understand that he has made good contributions, and he's been a very huge philanthropist, and he's donated tons and tons of money to a lot of different charities and colleges and HBCUs and all of that. And we're not taking away from those gifts. But what we have to do is we have to hold people accountable for their actions. And granted, it may be demons that he has to deal with or whatever the case may be, but he has to be held accountable. There has to be a day of atonement. There has to be. Everything done in the dark comes to the light. Curtis, no, I'm not a clinical counselor. I have been told a few times that, I should be a counselor, but no, I'm not. But yes, no matter what gifts he has provided to the world, we don't condone hurting anyone, nor do we condone the robbing of a woman's virtue. Because I can guarantee you, Cinnamon, as a woman, if this were to happen to you, Lord forbid, knock on wood, if you came forward 20 years later and let me know, I wouldn't question you. And that's not it. That's just not the way we're going to go about this. I have lost my brother, Art. I'm so thankful for him. Arthur, I see you in the comments. Yes, it is over. I appreciate you guys for joining us today. This has been an amazing show. I'm so thankful for all of you. We will be back next Friday. Tomorrow, you guys can catch me on the conversation. Condell, I will be having call-ins tomorrow, according to my producer. So feel free to call in and chat with your girl tomorrow. I will be on probably 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time so that I can chat. Curtis say Art Blue is 15 minutes of fame. But I will be on tomorrow, either 6 or 7. I'll make an announcement tomorrow. I got to talk to my producer. But Pacific Standard Time, I am thankful to you guys. I'm about to go finish my drink and probably get a bit of Netflix and chill in for the night. So I love y'all. I'm thankful for y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in. Me and my brother Art will be back next Friday at 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time next Friday. Yes, Condell, hit me up tomorrow. You guys, we are probably after this show, because Arthur just says that I don't promo him. After this show, if you guys are on Facebook, go to Arthur Derrick's page. It's spelled just like it sounds. ARTHUR, last name Derrick, DERRICK. Never trust a nigga with 2 first names. And go check out his after show. My producer is in the background telling me that Art's show is coming. Brave Art will be coming to Love, Sports, and Hip Hop soon. So we'll be working on that as well. We're going to roll it out in the 3rd quarter from what I'm getting. But I am thankful to you guys. I am so appreciative. The conversation with Miss Neek tomorrow. On Spreaker, iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Clamor, and now on iHeartRadio. We go in, we everywhere. You never there. I am so thankful for you. Jason, I love you. You're in the background. I appreciate you being here for me. And we out.